First and foremost, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Wabrakakadash. Peace, blessings, and much respect to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, on down to the rest of the elders who rule well within Israel. Salutations to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. Pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters also. The water, that means thank you. To Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to the cross for the world of Israel and the world of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Okay? Now this is the book of Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. So of all the families of the earth, the Israelites are whom the Heavenly Father loves. He loved us so much that he gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? And that would be basically the proof that shows we're holy or separate from these other nations is our ways, our mannerisms, our customs, our laws, the ordinances that we follow and teach. Okay? So of all the families, being the family of Edom, the family of Ishmael, the family of Moab, the family of Ham, and so forth, the Lord is only dealing with the family of Israel, the Israelites. Okay? So seeing that he loves us, seeing that he has separated us from all these other families of the earth, he gave us laws to show that he loves us. He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments as a way of stamping that approval upon us. Like, yeah, you're my people. Okay, I'm going to give you my ways. You're going to be just as I am. Okay? The Lord didn't give the laws to everybody. He gave the laws to the Israelites because he loves us. Okay? Now let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord power of your fathers giveth you. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. These aren't the laws of Moses. Moses was a mediator being used by the Heavenly Father. Okay? Moses himself being an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. Okay? Today, in today's time, or through people's ignorance, he would be known as a Haitian if he was walking the earth today. All right? And there's a good chance he could be. Now let's go down to verse 6. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, being these commandments, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So at this time it was evident this was only for the Israelites. Now in today's time, people make this Bible to be universal, but the Bible is only for the Israelites. This verse shows it. These other nations weren't given these laws, but the Israelites were, because of all the families of the earth. The Lord loves us. Okay? Verse 7. Well, let me read verse 6 again. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, Surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them? Showing you this truth, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding The Heavenly Father's love is exclusive, okay? As the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for. And what nation is there so great that had statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? So these laws were given to us because the Heavenly Father loves us, and these laws will separate us from these other nations. These laws will prove us to be wise. So any of our people casting them off to the side, they're clearly fools. All right, let's jump down to verse 37. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 37. And because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out in his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt. So the Lord loves us. He loves the Israelites, and that's why he gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay? So the love that we have from the Heavenly Father, that's why we have the laws and not these other nations. But we show that we love the Heavenly Father by keeping the laws that he gave us. Now, before I get that, let's touch on Psalms chapter 147 and verse 18. He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causeth his wind to blow and the waters flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So of all the families of the earth, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has only made himself known to the Israelites. Of all the families of the earth, he only gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites. Even when Yahweh Shai walked the earth, he was only performing miracles among Israelites. Okay? So seeing the Heavenly Father loved us so much to give us these laws, we show that we love him by keeping these laws. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 16. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee, and the land whether thou goest to possess it. So we show that we love him by keeping his ordinances, by keeping his ways, just as he shows he loves us by giving us these laws. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 8. Thou shalt not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. So some people think, just like how you'll see depictions of who we call Yahweh Shai being a so-called black man with white woolly hair, people think we're going off by making that graven image, so to speak. But the problem or the sin isn't in the graven image. The graven image itself was not the sin. The sin was the worship of it. Verse 9, thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them nor serve them. So as brothers, we agree with what the scriptures say on what the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son look like. Now, if someone drew an image or carved an image, we're not going to bow down and worship that. Okay? Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord, thy power, am jealous. Am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. And those that hate the Heavenly Father, they're going to break his commandments. They're not going to keep his laws. Okay? Verse 10, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So the Heavenly Father loves us, so he gave us the commandments. And we show that we love him back by keeping the commandments. We can't be double-minded. We can't be hypocrites. Okay? I'm breaking it down correctly. I'm telling you the truth. James chapter 1 and verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So many Israelites are unstable because they're not worshiping Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai in spirit and in truth. Titus chapter 1 and 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny him. So you're denying the Heavenly Father and His Son by not keeping the commandments. You can't profess to know Him when you're not doing His ways. Those who know Him are going to keep His ways. Now we're in the flesh, we're in captivity, we're not going to keep the ways of the Lord perfect. But it should be in your spirit to make those attempts for what you can do, for the laws that apply, okay? They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. So many Israelites, they're not in the right spirit. They think they love the Lord, and they think the Lord loves them. But they're absolutely wrong. In order for the Lord to love you, He would give you the laws, okay? And then in order to show that you love Him, you would keep the laws. Everybody wasn't given the laws. And everybody also wasn't obedient then, and they damn sure aren't showing any difference in today's time. Okay? Now this is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. So many profess to know God, but they don't. They show it in their works. They show it in their rebellion. Okay? I do these lessons for the elect of Israel. They're going to grow. They're going to understand, okay, I need to keep the ways of God. Okay? They're not going to make their own way or just make things up. They'll be talking on the concept of the Bible without going into the Bible. I'm not that kind of guy. Okay, on my page, I'm reading the scriptures, man. All right, these words are going to flow like rivers of living water. That's what I'm about, all right? Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. So only the wise are going to learn. And guess what? Concerning the Heavenly Father, He only loves them who have wisdom. Let's grab that right quick in the book of Wisdom of Solomon. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 28. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So everyone doesn't have wisdom. That alone shows you God doesn't love everyone. Because if that was the case, everyone would have wisdom. Now, this isn't just speaking of any kind of wisdom. This is speaking of the wisdom of the Bible, the ordinances of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord loves them who keep His ordinances, and He loves them who He gave them to. Okay? Let's read this again, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. And everyone's not dwelling with wisdom. Okay? So let's read Proverbs 9 and 9 again now. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. And that's who the Lord loves, those who are wise. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So it's a wise thing to fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. That shows you the Lord loves those who fear Him, because the Lord loves those who are wise. Okay? And you're also wise through keeping the commandments, which is also a sign that you fear Him. Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, being these commandments. For this is your wisdom. So these commandments make us wise. And the Lord loves those who has wisdom, being this word, being the law, statutes, and commandments, being the ordinances of the Heavenly Father. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So the ordinances of the Heavenly Father, that is our wisdom. Okay, so any Israelite saying the laws are done away with, he's a complete idiot. He's a nimwit. All right. Matthew chapter 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So this is red letter. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. When Yahweh Shai was on the earth, he didn't come to do away with the laws of the Heavenly Father, or to do away with the prophets that were before him or who were to come after him. He fulfilled the law. Okay, he executed the law. He fulfilled his purpose. He saw that the house was crooked, he made it straight. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So the laws haven't changed in the slightest bit. Okay? Just like if your name was, let's say, David, you're not going to change that and take the V out of your name. You're going to keep every letter in that name just as it was. And the Heavenly Father didn't send his Son to make any alterations in the law either. Matthew 5 and 19, whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. So, of course, we break even some of the least commandments, but you have those who do that, okay, and then they're also telling others to do so. We're not intentional lawbreakers, okay? He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven, but whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And those are who the Lord loves. Those who have this wisdom, those who have his laws, those who keep his laws. Okay? And these laws are the truth. And this truth is love. Okay? Let's go to the book of Psalms 119. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 151. Thou art near, O Lord Yahweh, and all thy commandments are truth. So all the laws, statutes, and commandments are truth. Yahweh Shai didn't come to do away with them. The commandments are truth. And seeing that these commandments are truth, this is how we show love to one another, and this is how the Lord shows his love to us, is by giving us the laws and we apply the laws. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9. Oops, my bad. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And the love of the truth are the ordinances of the Heavenly Father. Okay, let's go back. Psalms 119 and 151. Thou art near, O Lord Yahweh, and all thy commandments are truth. So the love of the truth are the commandments of the Heavenly Father. And that's how we show we love our people, man. Okay, you can't love your brother, but you're not applying the law. You can't love the Heavenly Father, but you're not applying the law. I mean, come on. It's real easy to understand. So the Lord is only dealing with the family of Israel. And that's why he gave us the laws, because he loves us. And we show in return that we love the Heavenly Father by keeping his laws. And that's what shows that we're wise and understanding. And he loves those who are wise. And what makes you wise? His ordinances, his judgments, his laws, statutes, and commandments. So I pray that this lesson was simple, easy, edifying for the elect out there. And with that, all praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Warakakwadah, Shalom.